Hey all, this is Patrick with Quite Incredible Books. Today I wanted to do a book review of Ursula LeGuin's The Dispossessed. This book follows our main character Shevek as he goes through a self-imposed exile on a capitalist planet of Arras, and he is an anarchist from the planet of Anaris. This book has a really interesting narrative structure. Where you'll start the first chapter. You'll start with Shevek going to Arras, and that side of things is him experiencing our capitalist society from this anarchist point of view, and then the following chapter will be him growing up on Anaris and his career it's an anarchist society, so there aren't jobs, or the concept of jobs are different. But again, it's those kind of things where we're having to learn a lot of the concepts about Shevek spaced out through the book, rather than just an information dump in the beginning, which I think is a big risk for stories like these. And that decision to split it up and give it to us piecemeal, back as we go back and forth, was really interesting. It kept it really fresh for the reader. Also, it kind of doubles down. Shevek is a physicist, and so he's kind of his goal in life is to combine these two theories of time. One, that time is a straight line going in one direction. The other is that time is circular. So his goal as a physicist is to create a unified theory of time, and so having these two structures of the book kind of working from one into another and meeting in the middle as the unified, it's nice to have when the narrative and the structure and things just start reinforcing each other in books. I think that good authors do that, and Ursula Le Guin did that really well with this book. So obviously in books like this, you're going to have critiques of capitalist society, as opposed to this utopia with an artist. But what I did like a lot about it is that this is an honest dystopia. You're supposed to respect and like what the anarchists on Ars are doing, but it's not fed you in it like this is a perfect world. It is a way of living. It's not the only way of living, and there are falls, and there are things that aren't so good about it. Things that the revolution doesn't live up to its goals. And whether or not, and then that contrasted with, the society the capitalist society on Arras is which has a lot of wealth, and which Anaris never generated, but it also came with a whole lot of inequality. And so contrasting these two societies, again, that's the book. That's what it's about, and it was really interesting. I think it was successful. It's a classic of science fiction. It deserves to be. Some things I did dislike about it. Towards the end of the book, Shevek kind of gets involved, without too many spoilers, in the political going on Arras, which it fit his character, but it seemed a little fast and it came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it, and that's also true with his relationship with his spouse on Anaris, where they're supposed to be this very in love, perfect couple, but and really I felt like that was kind of rushed into, and we were just supposed to take it for granted that was the case. And also his wife and there's no institution of marriage. His partner on Anaris, I think she kind of falls into a little bit of a trope where she is a very competent yet dutiful spouse, which she wasn't as interesting as I think she could have been. But again, those are small gripes. You should absolutely read this book if you're interested at all in Ursula Le Guin or science fiction or anything, just from an anthropologist's perspective on our society. I think it did really well. But yeah, I liked it. I think I would highly recommend it. I actually look forward to reading it again. Thanks. Have a good one.